Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time, this is the Break for Moms. I'm Nicole, and I have three little kids at home. And I decided to start a show for moms all about motherhood and bring guests on the show that can help share helpful information and resources about parenting. And today we're going to be talking about nannies. And I have Jennifer from Nanny Magazine. So if you haven't heard of Nanny Magazine, it is a magazine specifically for nannies. There isn't another one like it out there. So she's going to talk about it and share information with us. And I think it's really, really going to be helpful for a lot of people out there like me that maybe had reservations about hiring a nanny, but maybe you work from home or maybe you work outside of the home, but you just need somebody, so many days of the week to come over and help with the kids so you can get work done. I know a lot of parents like to have nannies around so that they can clean their house or run some errands, or maybe you even want to take a nanny with you on vacation. I know there are people that like to do that. If you have, several kids, you might need somebody to assist you during field trips or when you go to the doctors. There are so many different things that a nanny can do to help, and some nannies even help cook and clean and put the kids to bed. So I'm excited to talk to Jennifer today and have her share information that's going to be really, really helpful for us. So in the meantime, I just want to share a little bit with you about our National Calendar Day. I've been sharing with you on the show in a segment about National Calendar Day, that every day, on this website is a special holiday. And I'm talking about not like the big holidays like Easter or Christmas or Veterans Day. I'm talking about the little holidays that many people haven't heard of. And one of them today is National Haiku Day and National Poem in Your Pocket or Poetry in Your Pocket Day. So let's take a minute to talk about poetry. Kids have a lot of books, but I feel like there isn't a whole lot out there for poetry. When I was a kid, I had the Where the Sidewalk Ends book. I'm sure a lot of you had that one growing up. And I have mine saved for my kids. I haven't read it yet, but I have a few, Mother Goose rhyme books and whatnot. But I feel like there isn't a lot out there for poetry. I always thought that I wanted to write a book for kids that was a poetry book, maybe silly, more modern poems, because I don't think there's a whole lot out there. I'd be curious to know if any of you have any books at home, or maybe you've checked them out from the library with a modern twist on poetry, topics that interest kids today, with the tech age. I would be curious to know if there are any poem books that touch on some of those modern topics. That would be an interesting one for me. Anyhow, I haven't gotten my oldest into writing poetry yet, but he does like to play a lot of rhyming games. So along with Poetry Day for your little ones, if you've got young ones, you can play a rhyming game. I do this with my son in the car all the time, and we will pick a word and then we'll go back and forth and name a word that rhymes. It has to be a word that exists. They can't do baby talk. But we might start with car, and then he says bar, and then I say star, and you keep going. Some words are going to be easier than others. Hat, bat, cat, and you go back and forth until somebody cannot think of anything else. So whoever gets stumped and can't think of anything else, then they lose. So the winner is the one that keeps the game going the longest. So that's a fun game that you can play today. I play it in the car with my son, and he also likes to do just rhyming at home. They do love, all kids love books that rhyme. It just helps them to stay focused and pay attention to the book. I feel like a lot of board books rhyme for little ones, but then as kids get older, they tend to maybe steer away from the topic of poetry. But today's a great day to be reminded of helping your kids with poetry. If they're older, teach them how to write a haiku. If they haven't done one yet, you can look online. There's rules for how many words per line, and it goes in a certain pattern. I can't even remember the exact pattern. I'm gonna have to look it up. I think it's like 5 lines and then 4 lines and then 3, 2, 1, something like that. I could be wrong, but there's a rule for how you write a haiku poem, and it doesn't necessarily have to rhyme. Not all poetry rhymes, so that's an interesting point to share with your kids as well, is that it doesn't have to rhyme. There's different types of poetry. So anyways, happy National Haiku and Poetry Poem in Your Pocket Day. There are a few other holidays that you can look up, and I want to tell you the website because I always say it wrong. I pulled it up on my phone here. It's a great website to use with kids, and if you're a nanny out there, this might be one that you want to use. I'm sorry, I'm pulling it up here on the internet. Here it is, nationaldaycalendar.com. I'm glad I looked that up because it's easy to get those words mixed up. nationaldaycalendar.com. You can use that to come up with activities for your kids daily. I'll read you some of the other ones that were for today. Some of these weren't as pertinent to kids, but National Ellis Island Day, National Cheese Ball Day, if you want to have a snack that is inspired by the day of the month. You could make a cheese ball with your kids. That would be kind of a fun activity, making a cheese ball with your kids. That could be kind of messy, but it might be fun. And National Bat Appreciation Day. I know at a local museum, there was a bat exhibit. If you're from the Metro Detroit area, I believe it's Cranbrook Museum had a bat exhibit. So you could take your kids to a science center if there's a bat exhibit by you, or check out a book from the library. There's so many different things that you could do. And check on Pinterest, because Pinterest has so many ideas. If you ever don't know what to do with your kids this summer, go on Pinterest. Let me tell you, I could spend hours on Pinterest. So if you want to check out some ideas that I've shared in the past, go to the Break for Moms on Pinterest. The show is on Pinterest, and I've shared some ideas for past holidays and everything in between. So go check that out, and the archived videos and blog posts, some of them are on there as well. Okay, so it's 1:15, about 15 minutes before Jennifer joins us, and we talk a little bit more about our main subject of the day, nannies and Nanny Magazine. But I wanted to cover another segment on the show, my segment called Get Organized with Nicole. As a mom, I'm constantly trying to get organized, and honestly, it's a work in progress. If you see behind me, this is my office area, and this is one of the tidiest places in my house because I have systems in place for my papers. If you can see back here, I got this at Hobby Lobby. If you can see that, it's a basket shelf in the back. There are four baskets. You can't see the one on the very bottom. And then there's a top shelf. Let's see if you can see it, where I put my hole punch. But I love that. And I have a little container inside there within the basket where I can put file folders. So I have a filing system on one of the shelves. I could probably do more. Oh, Jennifer, hi, I see you connecting. Great. Anyhow, we'll talk a little bit more about organizing, and I'm curious to hear what Jennifer thinks about nannies and their role in helping moms get organized in their home. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Thanks for joining me.
Sure, no problem.
So I'm going to let you talk about the magazine in a second, but I want to ask you some questions related to the National Calendar Day today.
Okay, absolutely.
So I was talking about poetry and, ideas for poetry with kids. So maybe we can touch on really quick related to nannies and, getting kids out of the house, going places, going to the library. Do you address a lot in your magazine about, ideas for what nannies can do to keep kids busy during the day?
Oh my gosh, we have so much in Nanny Magazine for just activities and recipes and things like that for little kids. First of all, you gave me a really great idea about the poetry thing for kids. So obviously I publish a magazine. You just made me think maybe I should start doing something for poems for kids or something like that.
Yeah, there's not a lot out there.
Right. I mean, the Giving Tree comes to mind, I feel like, first and forefront for everybody, but what else? I don't know. It's so hard to find something. Definitely going to the library with the little kids is a fun activity, especially if there's a story time or something like that and your little ones are able to sit through that. But we do publish a lot in the magazine for activities that are fun, educational, sensory bins, outings, lesson plans, all kinds of cool things. Actually, in the latest issue, we did this really cool, let me see if I can find it. My desk is a disaster because I'm moving soon. but we did this really cool lesson plan. It was written by my editor-in-chief, Amanda Dunyak, on farms. So it gives you all these different ideas for how to incorporate that theme as a lesson plan, as an activity, as there are a lot of books in there too. I don't know if any of them were actually farm related, but this particular article
It
is.
sounds like fun. My kids love animals, anything to do with animals.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we love it. Other things that you can do with kids related to books and reading and writing are just, depending on how creative the child is and if he or she is able to read and write, you can take turns reading to one another. You can take turns writing stories or poems for one another, playing games with rhyming words. So maybe the mom or nanny could pick a word and have the child find one that rhymes with it. That's always fun, I find, and kind of silly as well. So, or making
Yeah,
up
and that
little.
goes with Poetry Day too, really.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's back up for a second. Let's talk about your magazine and what inspired you to start this magazine.
Oh my gosh. Well, the magazine's just turned 4 years old this month. So when I started it, it was a couple years after I had stopped nannying, but I was a nanny in grad school and college. And when I was a nanny, I was always thinking to myself, why are there about 1,000,001 magazines for parents and people who like tractors and people who like cats, but there's no magazine for nannies and they're taking care of little actual human beings? So
Right.
I started my career in publishing in 2010, and around that same time I sort of brainstormed the idea for Nanny Magazine, and it's kind of been going ever since. So we launched officially in 2013. Our first issue was in 2014, and we're just now publishing our second issue of our fourth volume. So we're super duper excited.
Wow, congratulations. Such a great undertaking. And I feel like there are so many people that I'm thinking of off the top of my head that I want to tell about your magazine and, maybe give that as a gift to them because you're right. There isn't a lot out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it would make a really great gift for any nanny. And there's a lot of valuable content in there, not just for nannies, but for moms, dads, daycare workers, anybody who has a little child in their life or plans to at some point. So we're super excited about being able to provide a resource. The obvious main audience for the magazine is nannies. And the
Mhm.
reason why it's so important to have a publication for them is because a lot of times they're told, when are you going to get a real job? Or, you get paid to play all day. And, they don't have a lot of resources and they're very often marginalized in terms of their career choices. So I'm really proud that I'm able to provide something for such a group that is so hardworking, so caring. They have big, big hearts. But they don't get treated with half the respect that they deserve. So that's why we're here. We're really champions for nannies.
Right. I mean, really, they're like teachers,
A hundred
you know.
percent, a lot like teachers and more, because the teacher gets to go home at the end of the day. The
Right.
nanny, if she lives in the home with the family, she doesn't get to go home at the end of the day. Not only that, the nanny is actually entrusted with keeping the human being alive and well. And the teacher also has her own environment. The nanny's working in your house. That can be sometimes uncomfortable depending on what's going on in the home or what's being laid out in front of the nanny. So, there's a lot more to it than just kind of, the segments that a teacher deals with are also very, very often overlapped with the segments nannies deal with, and then some. So,
Yeah. Let's, for the sake of our audience, let's define nanny versus like, people have babysitters. Can you help me clarify, what, when you think of nanny as a career, generally speaking, what that covers and, help me to dispel some of the myths because there's just so many myths around the term nanny and what pops in our head.
oh, Nicole, I would love to tell you what nannies are all about. So, actually, the top rated article on my website of all time is also written by the same person, Amanda Dunyak. It's not like she's our only author, she's just a really prominent one because she's our editor in chief. So, she wrote an article called I'm a Nanny, Not a Babysitter, and Yes, There's a Difference. That's the title. It's so funny. I love it. It's actually really true. Nannies and babysitters are not the same things. Nannies are professionals. They are very often highly trained. They come with a specific academic background sometimes, and sometimes that will be early childhood education or other fields, depending on what the family is interested in developing within their child. So they are also in this for their career. That doesn't need to be for 50 years of their career. It could be like for me for 5 years of my career, but it was actually a career choice that I made. It was something very deliberate. You are, when you're a nanny, you're trusted with caring for the whole person, for their whole family, for their entire well-being. Like I mentioned earlier, that could be education, that could be nutrition, that could be physical health and activities. So in addition to that, they're also really in charge of making sure that the child's entire life is just on track and working, and they're really there to support the parents when the parents can't be. So the people who decide to hire nannies are actually very busy full-time workers who have very busy careers, demanding social lives or what have you. And sometimes it's a really difficult choice to make, to decide to leave your babies, your little pride and joy, with some person that you found on care.com or any of the numerous other sources that are out there for hiring nannies. So nannies do a whole lot for the family, a whole lot for the children that they are in charge of, and that's kind of the general gist of what they do.
I'm so glad you clarified that, especially, the academic portion and the training behind it, because, I mean, let's face it, people get confused, and the average person just sees a nanny as an extension of a babysitter. I hate to say it. And, I don't see it that way, but I know that a lot of people do because of how it's portrayed in the media as a career.
Exactly. I have so many issues with the way that the media portrays nannies. It really is repulsive on so many levels. Some of the big ones that you hear are, that nannies are out to steal the dad and try to get with the father. And you hear about that all the time with celebrity couples that are divorcing because of a nanny scandal and this and that. And that does happen here and there. I think that those nannies who do that are opportunists, and I think that they're taking advantage of their position, and they're putting their charges. By the way, charges is the technical term for the little kids, because you don't want to say my kids, because they're not your kids, they're your boss's kids. You say my charges. So so the nanny that does that, I think, is just an opportunist and somebody who's looking to make headlines and maybe make a negative name for themselves. That's not the majority of nannies who are out there. The majority of nannies who are out there are in the field because they love children. They love being around children and making a positive influence on our future. They have a really big job because they're raising the next generation of children to be upstanding citizens of our world and of our country. They're stewards of our future, and they demand, I feel like they should demand more respect for that. Another really big thing that we hear and that I take issue with for nannies is, that it's not a real job. Ask any stay-at-home mom or working mom or any parent out there ever if it's a job, if it's a hard job to take care of children all day, especially for those moms who don't get to leave the home and have adult interaction. That's something we hear a lot from stay-at-home mommies, is that, I'm with a 3-year-old all day. I feel like my gray matter of my brain is dissipating. So it's just this. It's a terrible thing to say to people who are nannies. When are you going to get a real job? Now, for me, when I was a nanny, I was working while going to grad school, and it was perfect for me because it gave me an opportunity to not have a very nitpicky work environment with colleagues just battling it out with each other while I was doing my studies. But for other people, they tend to stay in the field for decades, and they love it, and they make a lot of money doing it. And a lot of times they're making more money than you are, and you're sitting there, not you specifically, but the general you, saying, you don't have a real job. And it's just hilarious because when I was a nanny, I was for sure making more money than a lot of my friends who were criticizing my career choice. So that's for sure something that a lot of nannies just definitely take issue with. So Nanny Magazine is there to sort of be a champion against that, to support nannies, to show them that they have, they have a very important job to do in our community, in our world, and that they should be embraced instead of being torn down. So we support nannies, we support families who make the decision to hire nannies. I guess the one last thing that I wanted to talk about is that, moms who, specifically moms, I feel like dads probably too, but more so the moms, is when they do hire a nanny, they may feel this just sinking in their heart, and this terrible feeling, you know, saying, I have to leave my child with somebody else. And it's hard. Sometimes moms get jealous of that attachment, and they have a hard time with that. But I just want to say to any mom who might be feeling that guilt, even if you're just leaving them for 3 hours with the sitter on a Saturday night, if your child loves that person, you shouldn't feel threatened by that, because you want somebody who's going to love your child in your absence. And I think that's just truly beautiful when you have that. So embrace it.
I agree. Now I got two last questions for you. We've got about 3.5 minutes on the clock here. So for people that are looking for a nanny, you know, you mentioned care.com, you know, in the truest sense of the word, the professional nanny, where is the best place to find them?
So it's really hard to answer that question. It depends on your geography. Where you live may have a resource that's not available everywhere else. One really great place to turn is an agency, because they'll do a lot of your screening. There are some agencies that are more reputable than others, so do your research. Ask around, ask friends where you may be able to find a really reputable agency. They do your screening for you. They'll do your background checks for you. They're only going to send you the top qualified candidates to be able to handle what your family's workload is. So that's one good place. I did mention care.com. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever, but I think they're a great service. I'm not saying that because they sponsored my launch party, but they did. And there are other online services like Sitter City, Urban Sitter. Those ones are great as well. And then just word of mouth is really good too. If you have a friend who has a nanny, and for whatever reason, say your child ages out of having a nanny, maybe the lady down the street needs a nanny. So giving that word of mouth referral is a really great way for nannies to boost their business.
Awesome. You know, you gave me so many good ideas to share with friends, because I know so many people that are either starting a home business or they're thinking about going back to work. And, you know, a lot of people, I think that moving forward here, the future is bright for nannies, because I feel like a lot of people are moving away from daycare and starting to look for nannies as, you know, a more viable option. So I do think the future looks bright for nannies in their career, for sure.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So let's end with this. Can you tell everybody how they can get your magazine, where they can find you on social media, so they can contact you if they have questions or if they want to check out more information?
Totally. Yeah, I'd love to. So, so Nanny Magazine is print and digital. Here's just the latest issue that we did. The issues that I'm talking with you about today, like the child loving the nanny more than the mom, sometimes this is how it feels, is available in this issue. We all know that's not really true, because they always love you as the mom more at the end of the day. But so nannymag.com is our website. We're available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Just search for Nanny Magazine. Subscriptions are available for both print, digital, and a print and digital bundle together through our website, nannymag.com. We offer bulk access as well. So if people have like 10 people that they're trying to buy it for, we'll give them a discount.
Awesome.
And then, yeah, anybody can reach out to us if they want to write for Nanny Magazine or take photos for Nanny Magazine. We love working with new artists, and we love doing collaborations with other small businesses that may have a desire to grow their presence as well. So we're really open to working with new people.
Awesome. One last question. So I mentioned to you, I'm in the process of doing a rebranding, and I may focus on moms and organizing. Last comment from you here. Nannies and helping with cleaning the house. Yay or nay?
Yay when it involves the child, nay when it involves washing the mom's underwear without that being specifically mentioned in the contract and agreed on both sides of the fence.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. We're out of time. Feel free to call back in if I missed anything, asking you any questions, or if there's anything else that you want to cover. Thank you. I see you calling back in here. Thank you to all of you checking out this broadcast. I see there's 160 of you right now. Awesome. Give us those thumbs up if you like what you heard from Jennifer. And if you are enjoying the program today, that's great instant feedback for us during the live show. And I think Jennifer is going to come back on and mention a few more things, maybe on that last question that I asked her, because I know that's a question that a lot of moms have, and whether or not that's covered, you know, if that's part of the territory. So, gosh, so much great information. I can't wait to dig into that magazine and, you know, maybe even submit some ideas, Jennifer, because I think that there's a lot that moms and nannies can contribute as far as ideas, and everybody's got different ideas about working with kids, and they're all great. It's great to have an extra hand, extra resources, because we shouldn't do it alone. You know, nannies shouldn't go it alone without help, and you know, moms shouldn't either, or dads for that matter. I see that you're trying to call in. If for some reason it's not working, just exit out of the app and go back in again. Sometimes there's a little technical issue. Sometimes the app needs refreshed, or sometimes, you know, you just need to close it out and come back in. It's just part of the territory with live streaming. We never know what's going to happen. Anyhow, keep those thumbs up coming. That helps to not only give us instant positive feedback, but it also helps the Break for Moms to trend higher in search results, so that other moms and other parents and other people that are new to Bidchat can discover the show and check out what the many special guests on the show have had to offer. And there's so many great resources. So please, after the show, check out the archive videos. Just click on archive, and you'll see them listed by date. You can either click on recent or most popular, and you can check those out. I also post all of the archive videos on YouTube, and then I share that link on the Break for Moms website, which is www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. So please check out all those archive videos there as well. And don't forget, on social media at the Break for Moms on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, Pinterest as well, with all kinds of great ideas. So I'm going to have to create a board on Pinterest related to nannies and ideas, and maybe some interesting articles and tips for maybe hiring a nanny, or, you know, ideas to share with the nanny, or maybe articles that nannies have posted that are great ideas to share with parents. Jennifer, I see that you're back on now. Yay. Sorry that you had trouble connecting. Again, I'm sorry that we kind of got cut short on time. The Break for Moms web. Hi, you're back.
Hey,
thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to
That's okay.
one last thing.
Yes.
So this month, later in April, on the 29th, there is this event called National Nanny Training Day. There are various locations all around the country. I'm not affiliated with it, but I think it's great for people to be aware of. So if anyone watching your show has a nanny, please send her to that. She'll come back feeling so invigorated to take care of your kids and feel really refreshed and have a lot of new ideas. So check that out. That's National Nanny Training Day. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was National Nanny Recognition Week is a yearly event. That's September 18th through September 24th. And it's a great opportunity to just show your nanny you love her, give her a card from the kids or whatever. So yeah, so that's it. That's all I wanted to mention. So
awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Please send me a private message with those details for what you just mentioned, and I'll post that on the blog post too.
Sure, I will do that. Video. Okay, well, thank you so much, Nicole. It was great to chat with you today.
Thank you. And I learned a lot, so I really appreciate all of the information that you shared.
Great. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I started the Break for Moms in September of 2016, and I have experienced incredible growth and excitement for the show. It's been a great resource for so many moms all across the globe, really, because I share all of the archive videos on social media and on my blog. And I've been able to meet a lot of really great people who have had so much to share regarding motherhood and resources for moms just like you and I. So I just want to thank everyone for being a part of the show. And if you are new to the show right now, thank you so much for checking out the broadcast. And I just want to say that moving forward, I am going to do some rebranding. And I'm going to do a little pause on the show for a while until I can focus a little bit more clearly on what I want to cover in the show. I think in the future, I would like to focus on one specific topic of motherhood. There are so many topics, but one topic that I really have come to love is organization and getting organized as a mom, because it's so hard and it has been one of my biggest struggles. So one of my segments that I've been doing on the show is called Get Organized with Nicole. And I talked for just a moment about it. I mentioned, that my office has this little, organizational shelf in the back there. But I started a new company. It's called Clever Container. And Clever Container is a direct sales company. And never in a million years would I think that I would get involved with direct sales. But I was on such a mission when 2017 started that, my New Year's resolution was I wanted to get organized. And I'm still working on it. But, when you've got little kids, and I've got 3 of them, if you're not organized, it's just chaos at home. And I couldn't take the chaos any longer. I said, this is going to be the year I'm going to get organized. So I signed up to be a consultant with this newer company, Clever Container, and it is really taking off because apparently moms like you and I and, other people that want to get organized are really interested in the products. So I'm going to invite you to check out my group on Facebook because the Break from Mom show is going to be put on pause right now, but I don't want to lose track of all of you. I want to keep in touch with all of you that are checking out this broadcast. So here's how you can stay in touch with me while the show is on pause. I want you to go to Facebook and request to join my group. It's called Get Organized with Nicole. Nicole is how I spell my name. So search for groups on Facebook and search Get Organized with Nicole, no spaces. And I will approve your request to join the group. And I share a lot of great organizing tips. Many of them are very helpful for moms like you and I, parents, dads, anyone really that wants to get organized. And I'm going to be focusing on that and assuming that, things keep moving forward with this business. I hope to bring it back to Bidchat and, maybe I might do a tweak of my name on, the show. It might not be the Break from Moms, but I might change it to Get Organized with Nicole. And it'll still have a focus on motherhood because I'm a mother and I have 3 kids, but with that focus being narrowed to organizing as a parent. So keep that in mind. And if you're interested in checking out any of the organizing products that I sell as a part of the company, Clever Container, you can simply go to the website. It's www.clevercontainer.com/Nicole, Nicole. There's a ton of great products. I'm going to actually show you the magazine, or I should say the catalog. Check this out. There's all kinds of cool products. And it's not just bags. Some people look at it and they think it looks like 31, but it's not. It's different. This is completely different. In fact, there are a lot of items for your refrigerator. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're interested in organizing your refrigerator. I know that was where I started first. Actually, I went to the Container store and I spent a lot of money there. And I thought, gosh, I'm spending a lot of money on this stuff. I can't afford to get my whole house organized. So I'm going to join this company and I'm going to get a discount on products and I'm going to sell them and make some money on the side so I can still work from home and be with my 3 kids who are 5, 3, and 1. And I can get organized at the same time. So it was a win-win for me. And I would love to share this opportunity with other people. So if you are interested in being a part of this company, I would love to have you join my team. And it's so easy to do. You can join for as little as $49, which is awesome because look at this. Check this out. You could get one of these kits. Here is the $49 kit right here. Now, those look a little bit more like bags similar to 31. So a lot of people choose to get the $99 kit so they get more items. And in that, you've got a food storage container and a pump for making the container vacuum sealed, which is awesome. You've got a little file system there for your office or wherever you want to file. And there's a wire basket that you can use under your sink in your kitchen, anywhere where you would want to use a nice decorative basket. These are nice, high quality products. These are not what you'll find at the dollar store. And they're comparable in price to the Container store. However, if you sign up to be a consultant and you purchase one of these kits, you're getting products for a very deep discount. So for instance, this $99 kit, you get all of these products for only $99. They retail at $345. So even if you join and you decide not to sell anything, it's a win-win because you get all of these products for only $99. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you like the idea of getting discounted organizing products and organizing your home. I do. Okay, so if you don't like that kit or you don't have enough money to do that one, this one's $49. It retails at $120. So Worst case scenario, you buy the products, you don't sell anything, but you could even give them away as gifts. And, you know, for $50, you've gotten all of these or all of these. You can pick the kit color of your choice, either the teal or the pink. And, you know, look at, you're getting those 4 items, and they're definitely worth, you know, a good $10 to $20 a piece. So think about how much you're saving. That's great. So anyways, here's the catalog. I'm going to mention my website again. If you're just interested in purchasing or you want to think about joining with me on my team, it's www.clevercontainer.com/Nicole, Nicole. And you will see my picture on the website, so you'll know that you're in the right spot, and it's very quick to join. You just put your information in and click join, and it'll ask you which kit you want, one of those kits I showed you, or you can even host a Facebook party. I'm going to show you one more thing before I go today. Check this out, all the host rewards. Whoops, there we go. Can you see those? You can get from $10 to $200 in free products and up to 4 half-price items, and you can get access to some 70% off bundles if your party sales exceed $500. And oops, let's see. Oh, I can't show you the bundles on here, but I'd be happy to show you if anyone's interested. You can email me directly at my email. It's N like my first name, G like George, E, V like Victor, ERINK @gmail.com, or you can email me at The Break for Moms. So it's Nicole, NICOLE, @thebreakformoms.com, the number 4. So you can reach out to me that way, or you can reach out to me through The Break for Moms on social media. However, I am going to be hitting the brakes on the show for right now so that I can think about doing some rebranding, because I love this stuff. I'm doing so well with the company. I just joined in January, and I am about to triple promote, which is very, very exciting, because a lot of people think of direct sales like pyramid schemes and like, oh, you can't make any money. That is not true. There are people above me in this company and other companies that are making millions of dollars, let me tell you. And I want to be a part of that group. I want to be able to live comfortably from home and be able to take care of my kids. My kids go to private school. It costs a lot of money. College costs a lot of money. I want to be able to feel financial freedom and do it from home. So this is very, very exciting. So if you want to learn more about this, please contact me. Again, the website, the easiest way to find out information and to join is www.clevercontainer.com/Nicole, NICOLE. And you can reach out to me at The Break for Moms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Send me a message, or you can email me directly, Nicole, NICOLE, @thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. So I'm going to be doing some rebranding. I don't think at the end of the day, you know, months down the road, if I do continue to do the show, it's going to be called Get Organized with Nicole and not The Break for Moms, because I want to focus on organizing, and I want to double dip with this company that I'm doing, Clever Container. It's so exciting. I'm curious to know if anybody has heard of it. We have 12 minutes left of the program. So if you have heard of the company Clever Container, it's an organizing company. It's a direct sales company specializing in organizing, I should say, organizing products. I want you to call into the show, because I'd love to hear from you, hear where you're from and how you've heard about this company. So just like Jennifer, you can call into the show. Here's how you do it. If you are on the Bidchat app and you have created an account, all you have to do right now is make sure you're logged in, tap on this video. It'll open up a menu at the bottom, and you probably won't see anything in the middle, but at the bottom, you'll see a button that says click to join the show. If you click on that, you can simply press up or down with the plus or the minus to decide how many minutes you want to call in for. And then you click that rectangular button. I think it says join. And it should be free. Even if it says it costs you Bitcoins, it doesn't. This is a promotional period on Bidchat. So you can click on that, and I will see you. You will see me, just like the call with Jennifer, if you were catching that about 15 minutes ago. And we will be able to chat. And you can ask me any questions. You can talk about parenting, anything that you want to talk about related to mom life or organizing. That's what I'm here for today in these last 12 minutes. Hopefully some of you were joining me before when Jennifer was on the broadcast. After we ended the call, I accidentally stopped the entire broadcast. I accidentally hit close on the broadcast, so I came back in. So if you didn't catch the broadcast, I had Jennifer from Nanny Magazine on the show, and she talked about nannies and some great information. If you're hiring a nanny, or you're looking to hire a nanny, if you want a great gift for a nanny, this Nanny Magazine is awesome. There's a lot of great resources in there, and she really helped to dispel some of the negative stereotypes that some people have about nannies. So it was great to have her on, and she shared some upcoming events that you might want to know about if you are a nanny, or if you have a nanny in your home that you want to share the information with. So look for the other video separate from this video in the archives here on Bidchat, on my profile within the show. The other one that's titled April 17th with the date, okay? And I'm going to take both of these broadcasts and I will share them on the Break for Moms on Twitter and Facebook, as well as on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel for the show. I'll share it there. And I will also take that YouTube link and post it on the Break for Moms blog, which is at www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. So you've got all those different ways that you can contact me. So please reach out to me. And know that if you are on the Bidchat app right now, that is the only way to call into the show. If you are watching on a desktop or a laptop from the website, you cannot call into the show at this point. But Bidchat is going to be doing some major updating, so stay tuned. Things are going to be changing. While I am hitting pause for right now, there's a good chance that I will be back under the name Get Organized with Nicole, and I will post all of the details across social media so you know how to find me. In the meantime, all of these shows will stay archived right here. That will not change, so you can access those, share them with friends and family, and please do that. Any nannies that you know, please check out that other video that's dated April 17th from earlier today and share that one. And I would be forever grateful. And so would Jennifer from Nanny Magazine. So thanks for joining me today. Thank you for the thumbs up. And thank you for considering Clever Container. You know, you can go to that website I mentioned. You don't have to be a consultant if you just are interested in purchasing some organizing products. There's so many great ones. Let me show you this kitchen stuff. So cool. All of this stuff is on my list that I want to collect. And the awesome thing about being a consultant is I get a commission off of everything I buy. So that's basically like a 25% minimum discount right off the bat just for being a consultant. So look at all these. There's storage bags that are vacuum sealed. Those containers are vacuum sealed. There's a lot of other trays for your freezer and refrigerator. Look at all that. For your juice. There are also ones for wine. Let me see what else I can find to show you. These are so cool. Look at for your countertop. And these products are made really nice. They're decorative. So these are products that you would be happy to leave out on your counter. I know some things you don't want to leave out. And look at these shelves. You can add to your existing shelves with these shelves. Whoops.